talk with David in California. We've got lots of Californians on the line today.
California and Hawaii, they're just rubbing it in our face, aren't they?
I know. David, welcome to the show. You're on the air with V and Dave.
Hey, how are you guys?
Doing good. How can we help you?
I had a quick question. I've been watching the show, and I noticed behind your shoulder, Dave, that you have it looks like a painting in the background. It looks like maybe a stained glass of a saint. And I was just wondering, because I was raised Mormon, but I got out of the faith at a young age. And so, I never had a space where I had to, had all of the religious iconography where after I deconverted, it was still there. Do you just appreciate it as art, or do you have to change, would you take stuff out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to break everything in your home that reminds you of anything religious. It's the law. It's in the law.
No,
it's in the book. It's in the book of atheism. No, actually, I didn't even think about that. I'm in my partner's house, and I think it's a picture. It's not a saint, because I would have fucking broken it. No, I'm just kidding. It says, "Gather ye rosebuds." It's just a girl with a flower in her face. But I think, to answer your question, yeah, I know of people who've kept things around them that remind them, or just they find them to be sentimental or nostalgic or whatever, but they don't attach any religious significance to it. I never was one to do that. I don't have any of the remnants of my Christian life in my life. I just didn't feel the need to hang on to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess I wouldn't either. Being raised Mormon, there's a lot of Mormon iconography, like the Jesus with his hands open, showing his
wounds
in his hands, where he was his wounds, and the very iconic very white Jesus picture, and there's just certain very iconic images of that all Mormons have in their house. And, I think if you deconvert from that, at least for me, I would be I can't have this stuff in my house anymore. Not that I need to destroy it or whatever, but it's just I don't want that.
I know people that get triggered by that. It's a reminder of things that were very unpleasant, and they feel the need to purge themselves from all of that. And I get that. Other people, like I said, just kind of go, whatever. What do you think, V?
I would say that that's right. I think it is an individual thing. I know people who are atheist but have emotional connections to either gifts that are, religious in nature, or, they love being in churches, or they love, the idea of church music and Gregorian chants and hymns. So there are certainly things in religion that are beautiful and that a lot of people still find a lot of value in. The only thing would be, there's that other flip side, which is a lot of the time these beautiful things are kind of part and parcel with a lot of anger and a lot of hurt and a lot of abuse. And so sometimes that overweighs it, and then, you can't be around that stuff. So for me personally, I don't really enjoy going into churches very much. It just is kind of triggering for me. It's not something that I find peace or safety in, but I fully respect that there are other atheists who absolutely love it, and that's good for them. I think the goal here is to make sure we're detaching symbols from the ideology, in a sense, or rather that symbols or icons or anything have a moral weight on their own. Mm-hmm. So instead of saying, oh, well, this cross has some kind of intrinsic religious value that is going to influence my life in some way, look at it as what it is, a symbol, right? Oh, this is something. Do I agree with the symbolism? Yes, no, maybe. Do I find that it is aesthetically pleasing and that outweighs my disagreement with the symbolism? Okay, we'll have that conversation. But I think ultimately the goal is to make sure we are taking away that intrinsic power that a lot of religion gives these icons, right? And so just treating them like objects is absolutely fine.
And some of it is works of
Yeah.
art. I mean, I could look at the statue of David, Michelangelo's David, and appreciate it as a piece of art and not attach any religious symbolism to it, as though, you know, he was some iconic godlike figure. What about you, David? Do you feel, have you gotten rid of all your stuff from the past, or what? How does it feel to you?
So I definitely feel like there are some things that, you know, I could separate the religious value of it, because I am an artist and I love art. And I actually used to have like a you know, kind of old Gothic style of like the Jesus with the crown of thorns, and then also Virgin Mary, you know, and it was just, I really loved the style of art of it. But I just, like, I guess I wouldn't want like a sculpture of Jesus. I guess I didn't find that art aesthetically pleasing, so I wouldn't want that. But I definitely understand the art aspect of it, like a beautiful stained glass window. You know, even if it is religious, you know, religious in nature, like I could see having that. But I and maybe I would have some religious things more tongue in cheek, but yeah.
Yeah, when you first mentioned the thing over my shoulder, I thought, oh shit, what is back there? I didn't even know, and I thought, I hope it's not a saint of some kind.
It's ironic. It's fine.
It kind of reminded me of like a stained glass window in like.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah,
it just got me thinking.
Yeah, no, you know, what's funny to me is, for my own part, and I do have friends who've kept their Bibles from back in the day and those kind of things. And I just didn't feel the need. I didn't go burn them or anything. I think I just threw everything away. But as I've gotten further removed from it, I've found that my attitude has shifted somewhat. And I know people who are severely triggered by certain things that they see or hear. You know, worship music just makes their skin crawl. Now, I will say this. I was in a place of business a few months ago. I was buying a car, and the car dealership had this worship music playing, you know, that you can identify it immediately. You don't even have to hear the words. You just know the sound. And it just irritated the shit out of me. And it wasn't because I was triggered. I just thought, you know, I know that they're trying to attract the Christian customers, but I said, you know what? I'm a customer too. And I told the guy, I said, listen, tell your manager that if he's trying to attract the Christian people, yeah, but he's also probably going to drive away some people like me, because I'm not going to buy a car at a place that feels the liberty or the need even to play this kind of stuff to gratuitously cater to the Christian crowd and let everybody know that you're a Christian business, blah, blah, blah. So I let them know that I wasn't happy about that, and not everybody out there agrees with that way of thinking. So it wasn't like it triggered me. I just wanted to let them know that, hey, we're out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, great conversation, David. I really appreciate you calling in. I'm glad we settled the mystery of what is behind Dave's shoulder.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in.
Yeah. Well, yep. Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate everything you guys do, and I look forward to consuming more content. Thank you.
Thank you,
Sounds
David.
good.